and both of our Facebook pages. Okay. It says we're live, but I'm going to double check real quick and make sure that we are good to go.
What Facebook page are we live on? Hello, everybody.
The Lipstick CEO, and that is it's a private group. However, we are live at Lotus real quick and
We're
on
here.
YouTube. Hey guys, welcome to the first episode of Lipstick and Lotus Taco TV. We are going to talk about all kinds of random shenanigans, and the only thing serious is tacos.
I thought you were going to say something else.
That's because you know me. That's because you know me. Yeah. Not surprised. So we posted the recipe in the event, and it was for smoky chicken chipotle tacos. And Dory and I each made our tacos, and we are going to taste them now, and we're going to talk about how we made them because it's going to segue into our topic. And our topic tonight is... Right?
I missed the memo on the tacos.
It's going to really segue into our topic, which is what does your office smell like? And it's the difference in adult friends. So, all right. Are you ready?
Yeah.
I'm ready.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Drum roll.
Wait, how did I miss out on the tacos? I missed them. I had zucchini boats.
Send you a box.
Yeah, fine. I'll pretend. All right, I'll have my green drink.
Perfect.
Really,
okay, guys. Wow. So in this, the chicken was cooked in honey and lime and adobo sauce with chipotle peppers and onion and garlic. And I have to tell you, it's perfect. Like the chicken is just sweet enough with a kick of spice. I love it.
It's really, really good. Now, what did you put on yours?
So I got the tortillas I used were a mix of the flour and corn. I love the corn tortillas, but I wanted to try something different because we were doing this. So I grilled them up in a pan and I put the chicken and queso fresco because I cannot get enough cilantro or queso fresco.
Love
and
cilantro.
Some red onion. And then it said that red cabbage would be really good, but I couldn't find that pre-shredded and I'm super lazy. So I bought triple slaw and I just made a little coleslaw with a little bit of hot sauce in it. And it's great. I love it.
Are you going to post the recipes in the comments?
It is. It's in the event. Yep. If you go to the Facebook event, the recipe is posted right there.
Now,
and I did mine in an Instant Pot because
you did yours in an Instant Pot. I did mine in a crock pot. I put mine on at 10 a.m. this morning and put it on for 8 hours. And
I put mine on at 7 o'clock tonight. And I put it on for 10 minutes.
Perfect.
But it's really, really good. And I used a whole sprouted tortilla.
What's a whole sprouted tortilla?
Healthy.
So it's healthy. It's the whole grains, whole sprouted.
Oh, yeah. I got it.
And I have radishes on mine. Radishes and fresh cilantro and just plain slaw. I'm with you. If it's not pre-shredded, it ain't happening around here.
Right.
So,
That sounds great.
Aurea, how do you feel about cilantro? I found that people
love cilantro.
Yes,
love
right?
It. My daughter makes street tacos, and we have the lean meat and the cilantro and the lime and I get the low carb taco. What do you call those things?
The tortilla.
Tortilla thing, yeah, right. Oh, I took it with some lettuce and tomato and yum. Yeah, cilantro and everything. Love it.
It's so, I love the way it smells too. I mean, it really has just a really nice
fresh.
Smell.
It smells super fresh. Have you guys tried cilantro pesto? Like you make a pesto, but instead of using basil, you use cilantro.
And
but
I love both.
It's so good. And it's really good if you make like a cream sauce and then mix your cilantro pesto with the cream sauce and serve it with like gnocchi. It's so weird. It's like Italian and like Latin flavors all blended together. It's good. It's good. It's just good.
Sounds delicious. Out of the blue tonight, I made zucchini boats with the grilled ground beef and the zucchini and I had some what do you call it? Not taco. I can't speak tonight. What's the Mexican sauce? Think of the guy or whatever it is.
Salsa. I love you, Aurea. This is awesome.
He's been talking all day, though.
I have. I'd say it's past my bedtime, but it's totally not. But okay. Well, anyway, maybe I need some more coffee.
Right. So
that's not coffee.
You look across the board here, and you have me with my purple hair and my wheat and corn taco shell, and we've got Dory, who is the Lotus, and she is her sprouted tortilla, and we have got the lovely and illustrious Aurea, who is low carb. And what that says is we're all very different, right? We're just all very different women, but we are all just loving each other. So the topic for tonight is, what does your office smell like? And the reason why that is the topic is because there was a time that Dory and I were on the phone, and we were talking about, I think I had stress. I had gone to the doctor or something, and he said to not burn, but do diffuser lavender to calm down. And we were talking about your office because you're very much, kind of like a hippie. And I was asking you if it smelled like Nag Champa, because that reminded me of my early 20s pot smoking days. And
tacos to pot smoking. Wait a minute. Look at the time.
early 20s. So it just made me realize how different it is when we make friendships in our 40s and older compared to when we're younger. When I was younger, in high school, obviously, we kind of run with cliques, and you typically fall into a couple. But then when you hit your 20s, you find those women that kind of go with your same flow. I would typically hang out with women where we were sharing clothes. We liked the same things to do for recreation. They could keep up with me at the club. That's the kind of people that I hung with in my early 20s. Then I got into my 30s, and I was much more into corporate. It was before I became an entrepreneur. And I found even then I was gravitated to that professional woman. But when I hit 40, something just kind of switched, right? And we stopped making friends as quickly. And I mean, stop me if you disagree, because I definitely want to talk about this. But I feel like I stopped making friends as quickly. I was much more selective, and I started bringing women into my circle that were very different from me. They brought things that I didn't have, or they had qualities I love that I felt like I needed to grow in myself. Mm-hmm. And Aurea, you actually made a good point when we were talking on the phone the other day about this particular situation, how you feel it happens, and it's how we happened. And if you could explain that, that'd be great.
Yeah, I was talking about, define friend, because when we're younger, I have my best friend still for the last over 40 years. And we're complete opposites. We met when I was 18, and I think she was 16 or 17 in Florida, worked at the same restaurant. And we have a lot of opposites. And it's beautiful that way, because there's no competition. We're not fighting for the same things. She, not an animal lover, believe it or not,
Wow.
She's so big,
Hard to believe. Yeah.
But it works out great. I'm an extrovert. I was always on the stage, always doing my thing. And she's not. She's always known what she wanted to do when she grew up, which is be a hairdresser, very stable that way. But we could keep up with each other partying, that's for sure. But we have just blossomed and been best friends forever, because we would do anything for each other. And I feel as we grow older, if you get one good friend like that in your lifetime, you're really lucky. And I think we go around the rest of our life, collecting acquaintances and people that kind of grow into friendships that could be, whether they're your prayer partner, your party partner, we go different phases. But I find I make friends quickly, like how Melissa and I made friends, and now Dory is in my networking, because I tend to make business friends now. I have my one BFF. So that one friend you can tell everything to, you call in the middle of the night, something's going wrong, you've got that counselor, that friend. They're always going to be your friend because they know way too much. Right. And that's your confidant. That's that definition of friend. Then I have friends like both of you all that I've met through networking. We're in business together, but I still consider you all friends. But do we call each other 2:00 at night? Well, we probably could. But then I have a lot of other women like you that are in my networking that are totally friends. But it's not the BFF. They know everything about you, every secret, everything. I don't think that's necessary as we get older if you already have that. So I think we have a lot of different pockets of different types of friends, which is great. A lot of times your husband can be your BFF as well, your kids. But I was talking to Melissa earlier that we need friends. We need those group friends when we're young because we haven't gotten married and had our kids yet. So it's either we're alone or we go out and make friends, whether they're party friends or whatever. But when you get married and you get kids, you end up doing things with them. I'm fortunate though that my husband is best friends with my BFF's husband. So
that's perfect.
You really did work out perfect. It really did. So sometimes you might have categories of friends, and that's okay. And some that come in and pass through, and others that stay, and others that you can not talk to for 10 years, and they come back into your circle, your mix, or like Melissa moved back to Atlanta, and it's like they never left. Go figure, you know?
Right.
So it's important to have friends of all different types, like I say, of pockets and categories. And that does change as you get over 40. So when I get over 40, I'll let you all know what my life looks like after that.
Right. Yeah. Please let us know.
Funny. Why are you laughing? I don't understand.
I found that for me, one of the hard things was when I came to the realization that there are also people that are in your life for a reason and a season. And for me, I always had a hard time letting go of friends, even if they didn't serve me like their purpose in my life anymore. I just like held on to them because I felt like I can't lose you as my friend. You're supposed to be a part of my life forever. And then once I started getting older and I realized that sometimes people they kind of, like you said, they drift in, they drift out, and sometimes they drift back in again. And it's sort of the way for me. I think that the universe just kind of gives you what you need at the time that you need it.
Yeah.
And you're also like that to other people. But I believe, I think all three of us are probably the same this way. Once you're my friend, you're always my friend. Mm-hmm. You truly can, even if you haven't talked to me in 5 years, 10 years, you truly can call me anytime, unless you've done me wrong. Very few people have done me wrong, but there has been a few that have really broken my heart. In that case, don't call me again, because you only have to throw me under the bus, once. And, I'm not going to trust you again. But very few, I think 2 people in my lifetime have ever done that. But otherwise, everybody can always call me friend. And you don't have to be on the phone with me every day to be my friend. That's why I think there's different types of friends. Those friends you talk to every day, those friends that are totally absorbed in your life and you're in there and you're doing things together, and other ones that, are more acquaintances, but still friends.
Right. You talk to them to the certain point, right? They get the high level, that 10,000 foot view. That's a little bit more than what the public or a client gets, but it's not as much as that person that you can call it to.
It goes back to when somebody says, "So, Melissa, how you doing?" And you say, "Oh, I'm just fine. How are you?" Great. Boom. Bob, you call your BFF. How you doing? Oh my God, let me tell you, you will not believe what just happened. Idiot. And you leave because that's your go-to person. Well, you can't do that with everybody, but they're still your friend. But you don't have to throw up on them every time they call.
I'd probably scare people away if I did that. We
all would. So people you can throw up on, and everybody else, it's a little more superficial.
Too much.
I did find that there was this switch that happened. I had a good friend that was for a long time, my best friend. We were pregnant together with my son. Well, I carried my son. She carried her son.
So you both pregnant with your son? This is interesting.
For a second.
Now this is a good show.
We ended up, it's how I ended up back in Atlanta, is that she was there. And we had a very ugly falling out. And I think that really changed my whole view of how I bring people into my circle. It wasn't just, and I'm friendly, and I know that, and you both know that I'm friendly, and I think Aurea knows, but she's never really had to see the side. But Dory knows that I'm really a bitch too. It's not a secret, and I'm okay.
I've heard that, but I've never experienced it.
You haven't seen it. You haven't had to see it.
She keeps telling me that, but I have not experienced it.
But I have found that I am authentic with people right away, because it does scare some people off, because my personality is really big and I am a little rough. Just a little
broccoli with bacon.
Right. I'm bacon, Brussels sprouts with bacon.
That's it. Same thing.
So it brings less people in, and those people are quality. And then I know I can trust them because they know the whole me. And I didn't do that when I was younger. When I was younger, I was so busy making sure that I fit in. And even as soon or as recent, that's the word, as when I first moved to Atlanta. When I first moved to Atlanta, here I was from Maine, right? And I go down there and I fit in beautifully because up here I stick out. Well, I don't now because 3-year-old, if I'm not in a sandal, something's wrong. But I used to wear heels all the time. So I didn't fit in up here, really. And that's because my mom did. My mom's actually a hairdresser. She's retired, but I grew up in that industry. So my hair was always done, the makeup, the shoes. So I got there and it was perfect. But I found like it was almost too perfect. You know, I felt like I had to have a certain car and I had to dress a certain way. And it wasn't just for fun anymore. It was like, that's how I had to be every day. And it wasn't until the last couple of years before I moved back up here that I finally let that go. And I was like, I'm going to Walmart in yoga pants and it's really not that serious. But, but I felt like I had to be a certain way. So I was attracting other women that were not authentic. And therefore I wasn't creating those deep friendships. It wasn't until I became truly who I am. And then when I did move from Maine, I had a couple people down there that knew every part of me and still loved me, which is by the grace of God.
Same thing happened to me when I moved to Florida from New York City. It's a total different, I went from wearing, closed-toed shoes and pantyhose and not wearing white after Labor Day, all the rules of living in the city, to going to Florida and you're in flip-flops 12 months out of the year, you're in shorts, you don't ever wear pantyhose, God forbid. I mean, it was just everything. And you do have to kind of relate to where you are. Otherwise, people can think of you as standoffish, or you don't, especially women, because you need to blend with them. And otherwise you're thinking, oh, who does she think she is?
Right.
When we're not trying to be better than them, we just came from a different area. We don't think city folk is any better than country folk or whatever. It's just like, well, this is the way we dress. Like, we always dressed up to go to the doctor, to go to the mall. I'd never wear flip-flops, out anywhere, but that's all I wore for 20 years in Florida. And it's perfectly fine. I mean, that's your, you wear your good high heel flip-flops and you're dressed up for the night, and it's okay.
Right.
It's completely different. But probably because it's so dirty, you don't wear flip flops because it's just so
dirty.
And
it's cold. It's cold. I found that when I got back up here, after being down there, coming back up here, it was like, and then of course the pandemic hit. Now you all know we're coming back down December, and I'm thinking to myself, how am I going to do this? Like, I'm so used to being comfortable and cozy and a little fatter because it's a pandemic. And now am I going to have to actually get dressed? Like, am I going to have to put my shoes back on? Because I don't think I can after having a toddler. But I can do that. And I'll want to. I'll be around everyone again and I'll be like, oh my gosh, yes, the heels. Yay.
You definitely blend into your surroundings. Yeah, you may be different for a little while, but once you start, settling back in, you do become like the 5 people you hang around with most, and you're there, you start adapting to their culture, wherever. For us, for business women, our networking, if you were in corporate, you'd start looking more corporate. It wasn't corporate for 6 months out of my life, worst 6 months of my life, not a corporate person, but I learned how to, dress up, especially when I did Mary Kay, but still have my own pizzazz. And you do that around here. When you're in the city, you dress like city. But when you're home on the, in 3 acres, which we have in the suburbs, you can have the best of both worlds, which is so neat about women. We're multifaceted. We can be in an evening gown at night and in jeans or Daisy Dukes during the day, and it's all good. We have so many dimensions. We're not one thing anyway.
I always felt like that.
Daisy Dukes. I don't know.
My children don't mind. No,
it was kind of unfair, growing up. I would look at the boys. They have shorts, pants, and we have skirts and dresses and pants and capris. Oh, I'm so glad I'm a girl because the whole thing. I need it all. I need all of it. What's funny is I still have somewhere. I boxed my favorite Atlanta clothes in a box. Like, I left when I just gotten pregnant. So I know these clothes aren't going to fit when I get up there. So they went into storage, had the baby, and can't find the box. And I know it's here, and I bet I find it when I move back to Atlanta.
Yeah, you will. See, everything will go right when you move back to Atlanta.
That's right.
Right.
Yeah.
Just saying.
It's pulling me back. All
right, we're good. We're waiting for you. December, right?
December. Yep.
Awesome.
Yep.
Y'all heard it first here.
So how long have you known your BFF? You were just there this weekend, weren't you, Aurea?
Yeah, it's been probably 41 years. We had our 40th anniversary last year.
That is so amazing.
Yeah.
That is.
Say, once
I
you're my
love
friend,
that.
you're my friend forever. But this one, like I said, those special lifelong BFFs that we have been through, loved and lost and good times and bad times. She was there the night I won my Emmy and turned to me and said my mom would be so proud. She knew my mom who died, and she just knew how special she used to be in cahoots with my mom for birthdays and things. And so we just, been through everything, know everything about each other, and our families have been just together. So special. I hope everybody gets to experience at least that one best friend we could do anything that would cause us not to be best friends. We have that much of it's in sync where, there's nothing she could do and nothing I could do. Thank God, because we get goofy and crazy. We all do dumb things, but we're just such that best friend, which I hope people also have with their spouses, where, you're going to mess up. You can do something, maybe get angry or do something, but you're in it for life. You're best friends. And, you just, mesh. And I know it's rare, but when it happens, it's really cool, whether it's a spouse or BFF. Yeah. So I'm really.
Dory, what about how long have you known your BFF?
Me?
Yeah.
9 years. I actually met my it's been 8.5 years. I met her 6 months into my sobriety.
Oh,
that's fantastic.
He was someone that I was a little bit different than you guys. I didn't trust women. I had a different experience growing up. I just didn't really, I had friends, but I didn't have anybody that I would consider like, they came and went, and as my drinking progressed, the more I pushed people away from me, it's particularly women, because, I didn't trust them because I didn't trust myself. And that was really the key thing with me. So my BFF, we clicked right away. And she actually, when I went through my second divorce, I lived with her and her family and her teenage daughters, which is really great because I had never been really around kids. I've never had children. And right after I moved out of her house, I met Ken, my husband, and he has teenage daughters. So it worked out like that's yeah. It was just awesome. But she's amazing. She gets my crazy. And one of the things that we laugh about is I used to not cry. And it took me a very long time to fall out where I actually would cry, but she would just go, just cry. Just cry. We're gonna get a movie and you're gonna cry. I'm gonna watch you cry. And she would just stare at me and just go, and I would
cry. Get the Notebook. It'll do it.
That one, or dog movies. Movies.
Oh my God. Dog life.
Yes, Marley. That's it. Yeah, I put that one on and I'm a goner.
Mm-hmm. I don't have the crying problem. I can cry. I think I still am at a point where I cry at least once a week, a good one. And I feel like it just like flushes my toxins out. I don't even have to be really sad to cry. I just feel like a lot of emotion. If I get really, really happy, I'll even cry. It's just but I can also cry on demand. Don't tell my husband, but I can cry on demand.
Every woman needs to do that.
Right. And my BFF is, we have our 15-year this year. And it's funny because she met me before I had moved to Atlanta the first time. And when we met, it was because I was working. I had some tragedy happen, and I had taken some time and started assistant managing a beauty supply store. Perfect for me, by the way. And she owned the store next to it. And I got to know her. And if you saw the two of us together, you would be like, good Lord, how? And it's kind of like the Dory thing, right? Because she is like my calm. She's like my calm to my storm. I'll come to her crying. I'll come to her I'm very tightly wound. It's who I am as a person. I'm a type A personality. And she is like a B minus in such a soothing way. So, and it's funny you said that you lived with your friend, because when I moved back from Atlanta the first time, see, I should know.
Stop moving out of Atlanta.
Right? Stop.
There's the problem. There's the root cause right there. We figured it out. You're good now. Come back.
Right. Well, I came back because of her. She's one of the major reasons I came back when I was pregnant. I was like, I cannot do this without Nola. I can't do this without Nola. I need my family. Oh my gosh. And she was there. She was actually in the room holding my right leg while my husband held my left leg while I was pushing Esmeralda. So it was the most.
The show takes a turn every time I turn away. First talking about the smells of the office. Now we're talking about holding your legs. Okay.
And tacos. Don't forget
and tacos. Yeah, so it's just
Tacos
to have those people in your life, and you don't have a lot of them, you know. And I feel like I don't have room for a lot anyway because I love them so hard that there's just, you know, I fill my cup so much for them that I wouldn't have enough to spread it out even more. So I'm very grateful for like the friendship that I found in Dory and Aurea. Obviously, you're like,
well, I think it's really
my forever woman crush.
When I fall, well, I was gonna say when I fall hard and fall fast. Yep. And that's exactly the way it was with. It's like you meet women and you're just like all of a sudden you're like, okay, click, 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 click. Yeah, you click. That's it. And I knew the first time I heard Melissa's name because remember, Ray, you were grouping us together in your class, and Melissa spoke, and I was like, I wrote her name down and went, I got to connect with her. And you went, okay, I'm going to put you with Melissa, and I went,
what?
You go.
You go.
You never know. Never know. And follow up is key too, because you were saying how you wrote her name down. So even if if I hadn't partnered you guys up in my course, you still would have followed up and been friends because you did the smart thing. You said there's something something's clicking with her. And that's that move that most people don't do is you meet all these people, women friends, guy friends, whatever, and you either you forget or you have a fear of making that phone call. And we've become so now, our community, I know you guys are in that, of telling each one of us, pick up the phone, call somebody today that you don't know that was in one of your networking events that you saw. You don't know, always have to have a reason why you call somebody like, oh, I love what you said and I think we could do business together. It's not that. It's like, hey, we were on the same meeting. We're on the same clubhouse, whatever. Let's chat. Who knows what might come of it?
Let's have tacos.
Let's do tacos.
I want to talk about possums. So,
possums, right. Possums. It was funny when I was down there, and you know Julie Jones, Aurea, down there, she's one of my, like, of the same skin. You know, we were inseparable, and we would meet every couple of weeks at Pure for tacos, and we would call it Monday Margaritas with Melissa, and we would go and get margaritas, and we would have. I always had their shrimp tacos because they're absolutely amazing. But that's how we caught up, and we made sure we always set that time aside for our friendship. And now, while I'm up here, especially knowing I'm leaving, ever since April 2020, every Sunday except for 2, Nola and I meet in the Hobby Lobby parking lot because it's empty because they're closed on Sunday. Right. In our cars, and we have coffee together. So
it's Sunday morning in the car.
Starbucks says you have to have mimosas.
Right.
Margaritas. Downward.
We're actually running up on time. I knew this was going to happen because Chatty, Patty, Kathy, and Stacy here.
I never speak. I don't know what you're talking about. And why are you on a time limit anyway? Let's just keep going. You ever been on Clubhouse? They last for like 20 days. So.
Oh my God. Yeah, I have to. I actually got a tip today, and I'm going to, I'll share it here just because you never know who's watching, but I was watching somebody that I follow heavily now, and she was saying that when she does her 7 minutes on Facebook to give tips, she just turns on Clubhouse.
Yeah.
Just in the background.
Right.
Like immediate repurpose. I was like, this is brilliant. That's
you do that all the time.
It's brilliant.
Absolutely. We always do that. Put that on. We're doing interviews. Just leave your Clubhouse rooms on so they can listen to you. Do that. And then you have the visual going. It's just amazing. Yeah.
That's such a great idea. So we should do that. This next one, we should all turn on our Clubhouse and put it up. But I want to talk about the contest that we're going to be doing because this is all about fun. And the only thing serious is the tacos, which I can't wait to get to. Even though they're probably cold, I don't care. They're so delish. When you go and take a look at the recipe from the event in Facebook, and we'll post the recipe underneath the video in YouTube as well. If you make the tacos and you take a picture and you post the picture in the event, we will enter you to win a $10 Amazon gift card.
Woohoo.
So we want to see your tacos. And if there's a topic or a taco recipe you want to talk about,
She had to go there.
I know. I have to. Look,
I apologize for her now. I take no responsibility. No.
right? Please let us know, because next week we've already decided we're going to be talking about Spanx thongs and yes. Right?
I still never found out what your office smells like.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so my office today was clove and tangerine.
Palo
Nice.
Santo.
What's yours?
Palo Santo. It's
Oh my
it's a
gosh.
really
Okay.
sweet wood, and
Yes.
it's supposed to bring in good energy.
Okay, so this is what mine looks like, and it's a diffuser, and it was clove and tangerine. Aurea, what does your office smell like?
Well, I'm looking for my cat because my
Not the litter
cat
box.
sits in my office. No cat box, but my kitty sleeps in my office watching my chipmunks out the window. So maybe it smells like cat. No, actually,
That's so
I
funny.
have lavender. I have a lavender diffuser that I like, but other than that, I'm right here by all my animals, so I probably have some fur mixed in with it. So that's me.
That's still relaxing, though. That's still relaxing.
Oh, nothing more relaxing than I'm working and my kitty would just come up and jump in my lap, just wants to say hi, so cuddly. And then my dogs hear me giving him attention. They all come in too. So
You're eventually going to have to get like a little mini dog bed for the chipmunks. Like, I've never seen anybody that they just run to get pet. Like, your perfectly manicured nail is petting this chipmunk, and I'm like, how is this happening? It is the cutest thing
People
ever.
have got to see it. People have got to go to Aurea's site and see her petting the chipmunks.
Is that on your? Did you share that just on your personal, or did
I did it on my personal Aurea McGarry page, but they can also go to Possum Porch Party, which is PAW, Possum Porch Party. And that's where I actually post all the pictures of my possums that I feed tonight, my chipmunks, all the good stuff. So it's Possums and Friends.
I couldn't even. That's so
I
awesome.
just can't even- the Emmys during the day and possums at night.
Right. It just doesn't get any better than that.
Aurea,
That's
you are multifaceted, and I love it.
I'm very
awesome.
like, there's a lot of words for me. Yeah, that would be it.
All right. Well, thank you all so much. Anyone that came on live, we are so excited that you came on and joined us for our launch. I think this is going to be a freaking amazing weekly thing to do, because who doesn't love tacos, right?
That's right. You're going to have tacos every Tuesday?
Yes. Do you want
Tacos
some?
every Tuesday. Now, 1 week we will also do dessert tacos. So we're not
Yeah,
going to do
dessert
just the dinner tacos. So come
We will
back.
post the recipe inside this. We'll do a Facebook event page for every single episode so that we can post the recipe ahead of time, because it would be super awesome if you guys had tacos with us. I mean, I'm just saying that would be great. Extra points if you have them with us and you post that picture.
Awesome. We should get some sponsors from taco places to give away some free tacos at some local restaurants.
Oh, that's a great idea.
Yeah, we need a tequila sponsor. Wait a minute. Let's call Patron.
Hold on. Right? Yes, please. Yes, please.
Great sponsor. Great sponsor. See, come on back down to Atlanta so we can really do this in locally and really get some.
Oh, that'll be fun. So we'll be able to all be in the same. By then, we'll be able to set up like a little studio and be together. It'll be awesome.
We'll have the cake together.
Yes,
a friend of mine bought us a cake, and it says, "Congratulations, Dory and Melissa." And they were like, "Oh, I think Melissa was going to be here." I'm like,
look. I'm
I'm
so hating about this because I am jealous AF. I am a cake girl. Like I have coffee cake, like frosting, and the lotuses were like these huge frosting lotuses. I was like, it looked beautiful, and I just wanted to bite it. And I'm here with my water and my tacos, but it's okay.
It's okay. I love it. I love it. Yes, taco cake. Need that recipe.
Taco cake. All right. It was so great to have you on, Aurea. I am so humbled that you joined us for the launch. We are so blessed to have you. Dory, I knew this was going to be awesome, and I can't wait for next week. Watch for the recipe. Watch for the blah, 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 blah.
And
That's what I said.
Where's Spanx next week?
And Spanx, yes.
Spanx. Oh, my gosh, people holding their legs left and right. You never know what's going to happen here. I swear. All right. Well, you guys break a leg. So happy to be here. Love you all.
Bye, y'all.
Bye. Tacos, tequila.